What does that sound, you ask? From the number one station, you come.
Welcome to the Rec Show podcast, a show dedicated to beatmakers around the world. Kick back, relax with the host Golden Mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the
Golden Mind here. Welcome back to another episode of the Rec Show podcast. Smooth, ain't it? Yeah, man, this is that where you at question mark from In My Head, new beat tape from the one and only B Wit, man. Flip a Beat Club, Sacramento, Los Angeles. Like, yo, he been doing his thing, man. So had to celebrate this joint, you know what I mean? So shout out to you, B Wit, man. We listening. More people gonna be listening as well, man. But yo, today, man, welcome back. Episode number 76. Yeah, man, I hope everybody's counting their blessings and not their problems. Yo, we're gonna get right into it, man. We are going to another mutants, you know what I mean, planet. You know what I mean? He's a beat maker. You know what I mean? Hubby, you know what I mean? Cloud surfer, like, yo, man, engineer, entrepreneur, you know what I mean? Hailing from Wisconsin, but, you know what I mean? Currently living in Chicago. Yo, man. Yo, I had to get this guy on the show, man. So I want y'all to give it up and welcome the one and only B4Lasers to the show. You know what I mean? Welcome. And we're gonna have a good conversation, man. So y'all sit back, relax, enjoy, smoke them if you got them. You know, put this on while you're driving, flying, on a plane, train, bus, biking, skateboarding, sun gazing, stargazing, all that stuff, yo. And we'll be back with the interview, man. But yo, I need y'all to really listen to this this next joint, man. I got a special word from Philip Drummond, man, from Today's Future Sound. He's gonna tell y'all about some things that they're doing right now. I need y'all to support, man. Be community. Support, man. However you can, support this. Alright? It's for the children, man. And we love the kids. We'll be back, man. Peace and love, yo. Yo, Philip, tell them what you're talking about, man.
What's up? This is Dr. Elliot Gann, aka Philip Drummond of Today's Future Sound, and you're listening to the Rec Show podcast. This holiday season, please consider making a tax-deductible donation to Today's Future Sound. We teach beat making to youth in elementary, middle, and high schools, juvenile detention settings, and community settings, as well as running a weekly sample flip live stream beat cipher called the Global Beat Cipher. Global Beat Cipher started 2 years ago, and we're now on episode 106, which you can catch every Saturday streaming live with a free sample pack for you to flip, remix, make beats, and play on our live stream. If you're interested in joining us, contact info@today'sfuturesound.org or send us a direct message on Instagram @today'sfuturesound. Head on over to our website to make a donation as well. Just hit the donate button and you can get your free copy of the Best of Global Beat Cipher beat tape if you make a $10 or more donation. Support therapeutic beat making.
I tell you, when friends turn their backs on you, God will Step in. Man's extremity is nothing but God's opportunity. And God will take care of you tonight. All you got to do is trust Him, have faith in Him, and believe on His promise.
Surprise is my first, actual interview, and probably since I was like 17 or something.
Yeah,
So I haven't, and I wasn't even like back then we wasn't even doing it. We was just local with it. You know?
Boom.
So I'm excited to see what you're gonna bring.
Right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. So, so the first question I always ask everybody is, for the internets and for my listeners that don't know who you are, can you just give the people, and first of all, if they don't know who you are, they need to slap themselves first of all, but because they need to be following your IG like right now as they listen to this. But can you give the listeners like who you are, where you're from, what your name means, and then any associated like collectives you might be a part of, man?
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, my name is B4Lasers. Also, I have the moniker B4 Mixed It. I'm a producer, mixing and mastering engineer, writer, songwriter, arranger. I've done some composition as well. I'm hailing from Kenosha, Wisconsin, which is a little city right on the Lake Michigan, as they call this. It's funny. It's literally smack dab in between Chicago and Milwaukee. So, I think there's a lot of culture in Lake County and Kenosha County, Racine County. We just bring great energy all the way up to, like I said, Milwaukee and Cook County and Chicago. So we're a blend of all of that. Yeah, man. I've been around a long time. It's been a long time. 06 is when this all started. So, it's kind of dope now to see the love kind of reciprocated more than just like on a local basis. Or my wife, having my back and, kicking the dust, giving a motherfucker. but yeah, so I think that's me in a nutshell, man. That's me in a nutshell.
Yeah, we gonna definitely talk about Unique. I think it's Unique Studios 1. Yeah, we gonna talk about that. Don't I don't want to skip though, because man, like, so you're from, you said Wisconsin, but right now you're in Chicago, right?
Yep, I'm based right outside the city. I'm in Lake County, respectfully, because I know how people are there in Cook County and Chicago. They like to represent their side. So I'm in Lake County, which is about, I'd say, like 40 minutes outside the city. It's not far really at all. We're like, I forgot the name of it. I don't think metropolis is the right word for it, but it's like a tri-city kind of thing, right? Like they have the same kind of thing in the DMV.
Like a
right?
tri-state.
Like it, like it's like yeah, like you have Chicago and Milwaukee, and them shits is literally like an hour and like 30 minutes away from each other, which is not far. And you talking two big cities, and then Madison on top of that, which is probably like 2.5 hours, which that's not far at all. You know, so when you take that into account, and then it's just a whole line of cities literally along Lake Michigan. It's crazy. Like if you ever look at it on the map, no one ever does. But from damn near Indiana, if you look at Gary, Indiana, almost, which is on kind of on the other side of Lake Michigan, you can like literally just draw your finger all the way around the map, all the way up to Wisconsin. It's just cities along the whole thing. And yeah, that's where I'm from. I'm from Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Wow. Shout out to Wisconsin, yo. Wow. Yo. So, okay. You being from the Midwest, they consider that the Midwest, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's the Midwest.
The Middle Coast.
Middle Coast.
Yeah.
And then you got because I had family up in Gary, Indiana. I had family up there. But that was the last time I was in Gary, Indiana was like, man, I want to say it might have been 06, man, when you started on this journey, bro. So so okay, 06 is when you started, right? Was that the MySpace age? Like, was MySpace still a thing?
Hell yeah, it was cracking. We were all, hey, listen, if you grew up in our generation, man, you know, you 30 something right now. I'll even give it up to the 40s. You was a coder on MySpace. Most definitely anybody in their 30s, bro. We was coding. That's why they took it away. That's the gem. If you didn't know, now you know. I'm telling you right now in person. Why do you think they took MySpace away, man? They took it away because we was learning how to code for free. You had crazy backgrounds, music embedded that you couldn't find. It just happened when you went on the page. Like, come on, man.
Yep.
It's coding. Picture if you would have kept with that for 15 years.
Yo, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yo, I didn't even know they took it away just because of that. Like,
that's what it feel like when you think back on it. What else was the reason, you know? We have now these dumbed down websites where they choose everything for you. Right. No disrespect, you know, it's all love to them.
Yeah, it's all love, but it's the truth though. You know what I mean? Like, they choose everything for you, which is, I don't know, not the way to go. Like, you want people to kind of dig and find the jewels and stuff like that, you know? So, but that's how I found you. I found you on IG, right? Yeah. I'm just, you know, scrolling through. I guess they recommend, you know, certain things because my page is producer, right? My Golden Mind page is producer, but then I got the Rec Show page as well. And I'm just, you know, every day I'm just scrolling, trying to post. I get in, post, and then get out real quick. But for some strange reason, your post when you was talking about Amori, you was like, yo, we did it! we did it! We sold out! Yo, that popped out. I was like, wait, who's this? So then I started, you know, doing my research. I'm like, so I'm listening to your music on Amazon Music while I'm at work. I'm like, yo, this dude got some slappers, yo. I gotta have him on the show. And that while I was at work, I sent you the request, like, yo, would you be on the show? You graciously said yes, man. So yo, immediately, man. Yo, you definitely you on something. But yo, we're gonna talk about the new album as well, man. So yo, we go get to it, bruh. I'm excited. Okay, so I'm gonna go into your history, man. Like, yo, who in your family was, you know, introduce you to like music, and what kind of music were you listening to while you were growing up and, you know, becoming your own man?
So I gotta get at to 3 people, man. So 4 really. I'm gonna keep it real. There's four people, 100%. So growing up, I spent a lot of time around my mom and my uncle Fats, rest in peace. And with my mom, she listened to gospel and Luther Vandross.
Luther, big heavy. Luther or little Luther?
Big Luther and little Luther. She loved Luther. Let her tell it. He was supposed to marry her. You know. And that was a huge inspiration. She was a singer in the choir. She always had I have an older brother and sister. They're twins. Shout out to y'all. And they were also pushed into music kind of at a young age. My sister they had this thing called Golden Strings, which is like the top tier of high school, like string players in Kenosha. I think it's only Kenosha, Wisconsin. I've never really dug super deep into that, obviously. And my brother, I think he played like trombone or something like that. And they tried to put me in the piano. My mom tried to put me in like piano growing up, but I never really I couldn't really like retain that shit, man. Like it just wasn't, I hadn't found my lane yet. And then my Uncle Fats, man, Fats was a player, man. So we had Heat Wave, things like that on just slap always and forever. Just like constantly, man. Used to ride around in a Trailblazer, and he used to pick me up. Like I said, elementary, middle school, all those years, man, just riding around, just like falling in love with oldies, like just straight gems. So my pops was huge into classical, actually. So he's like he really like did some crazy things like later in life too. Like bro went back to college, man, probably at like 50 something. Went back to college and mastered I believe like the flute, and was in the Milwaukee Symphony. Like crazy, like wow. This is like later in life. So if anybody here, everybody that hearing this and listen to this, I think one big thing to take out of life, man, is never grow stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Continue to push and grow and cultivate new paths in life. I think that's how you stay young and youthful more than anything, so him in the classical was also a huge thing for me. And I think that really showed on we'll get to it later, but Memorial Turner, I think that really showed with the chopping and the choice of the instruments and how things really kind of played out, and how like strings would be able to sample so smoothly and shit like that. So I've always had an ear for that. And my mom, Uncle Fats.
Yo, man.
Yeah, and my Auntie Loretta, man, and that was another huge rest in peace to her too, man. That was huge gospel. Once again, every waking moment, man, like every minute, it's just hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? Like every waking moment, man. Every time I saw her, she come up from Ohio. You know what I'm saying? She was in Columbus. Every time they come up to Wisconsin and kick it, would just be just hella gospel, man. It was crazy. So yeah, those are most definitely the things that were that bed for me to become who I am today.
Got you. Yo, shout out to your moms, your pops, your aunties, your uncles. Yo,
yeah, the
man.
fam. Take a village, they say.
Yo, man. See, yo. That's crazy, yo, because gospel, so you definitely influenced by gospel, oldies,
Definitely.
you know what I mean? Like Big Luther and Little Luther, like R&B. I'm pretty sure R&B, right? So
oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Like you could definitely hear it in the album, man. So I'll be always trying not to skip, because I want to ask you right now about the album, but I'm gonna go down my list, bruh. Yo. But yo, man, like, okay, so those are the genres, those are the people that influenced you, man. What's the one moment that sparked your like interest into like, yo, I think I want to make beats, yo?
Yo, man, you know what? We're gonna keep it all the way funky, man. The way it all falls down. I'm telling you, I never forget that. It's like burnt in my brain. Like I heard that shit and I was just like, Northside, we're gonna set this party off right. And I was just like, I have to do this, man. I have to do whatever this is. And like, obviously it was trash forever in the beginning, but You know, it started with, you know, my pops was huge into computers, man. So I always had a computer. Like when I was young, like early, I had computers. You know, so you know, big desktops, whatever. Back when Gateway was popular, all nine. You know, so
Gateway. Yeah, I remember
yeah,
that.
man, throwbacks. You know what I mean? Exactly. So, I had, man, I don't remember. I probably had a Dell of some sort. I'm pretty sure. And I remember like I stole my brother and sister. They was going to college. My dad got them some Gateway computers or something like that. And I believe like my brother, I, st- I stole his you know the remember the long like computer mics. Remember there was like long little skinny joints that they sit on your desk and you can kind of talk.
Oh
into
yeah, they
them,
was
man.
super long. Yeah.
Super long, like just terrible. They plugged into the little jack, man. I remember I stole that thing, bro. I taped it onto my wall, man. I had a little bookshelf. I turned that, put some covers up in the room, and I had a booth, and it was on. Lit up,
Wow.
man. Yeah, man. I wanted to rap. You know, I wanted to rap and make beats, man. So I did a lot of that. Did a lot of that.
Wow. Yo, see, yo, you gotta take what you got and start creating how you got it, man. Then work your way up, yo. So, yo, that's the everybody's, beginnings is always like that, where you just picking up what you have, trying to make the best out of it. And then, if you're making beats, your first beats is gonna be garbage, like
Garbage.
straight garbage, yo.
Hot.
But
Hot.
but you work
With a side of juice.
with side the garbage
sir.
pail juice, yo.
Yes, sir.
Yo, man, like, yo, that's a crazy. I remember gateways, man. Gateways was the computers, yo. Like, that's all we had, man. Yo, okay. So that's the spark, right? You got to do this.
Yeah.
Kanye West, College Dropout. That song is etched in my brain too, man. Yeah, man. So, man, like,
it's wild for me. That and Linkin Park, man.
Linkin Park.
I'll never forget. I had a TV in my room. It was a terrible, like, almost like, back in the day, everybody had like CVT TVs. Like it was all bad. We didn't have flat screens back then, unless you was, God level rich or something.
Right.
And even then, flat screens weren't flat screens. They were massive screens. It was just massive and heavy and huge with the speakers and the wheels on the bottom. But like, I remember it was like a channel. I think it was like the beginnings of like the music channel, like when that was beginning. At least up here with Time Warner and Midwest, I think it was like in the very, very beginning of it. It was like I didn't have cable in my room, like a cable box, but you had like, cable, and it was one of these channels where it was all screwed up. It was like, you couldn't see nothing really, but I heard crawling in my skin, real talk, and I was like, crawling in. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Yo, this is insane, man.
Yeah.
And I really think, if I were to give it to those, that would be it right there for sure. Those two, man. Those did it. It just, that one did something to me, like, to want to do music for sure. Cause I was like, I don't get what he's rapping, there was rapping that too. So it's like, this is crazy. I'm in Wisconsin. I live by the trailer park. So, all the white boys are slapping it. Like it was like, man, that was the inspiration. 100%.
Yo, man. Yo, inspiration, man. It don't have no like name on it, man. It can come from anywhere, man. So, yo, man. I gotta ask this, man, because you got the inspiration to start making music. You're going through that whole journey where you're trying to learn different things, different gear, how whatever gear that you had. And then what's the moment where you were like, yo, I think I'm ready to like share my music with, either the internets or, the local scene. Like when was that moment? What was that moment like for you?
Let's see what came. So wild enough, man. This is where in my musical journey, this is where my cousin Chris, my cousin Chris actually comes into the story a little bit. So his dad was huge into music, like making music and shit. So when I go by his crib, RP the big Chris, the little Chris, when I go by his crib, You know, it was my first times actually seeing like a studio. Like his pops had it in the bed, like a phantom keyboard, you know what I'm saying? Like he was big into like that Jamie Foxx, Brian McKnight, you know what I mean? Like that was like that. You know, Tank, those was like, you know, all I want is one man. Like these were his kind of inspirations, you know what I'm saying? And I got to see like proper, you know, I'm coming from, you know, a household where it's like musicians, you know, musicianship and gospel, and you're not really seeing like beats and, you know, keyboards, and like we had a upright grand in the living room, you know, that was fire. But like that was really like, you know, I didn't really see nothing like that. So when I started to see that, I realized like, oh, like, you know, and then he would play it back, and it's like, you know, it's him, and he's like, get his pops, he you know, I think that he was trying to like give it out to people and get on. So like I was inspired to kind of like want to make my own music, and create it for people to hear. So I was like, all right, once I got decent enough, kind of making stuff. I remember I met like I met the homies. It's hard to remember because it's so, you know, now that I'm older, so 2006 was a long time ago. Now that I think really about it, but who came first exactly, I'm not too sure. But like there was, you know, I remember I was talking with my wife. There was the homie Big Nate that I met. He was like a local rapper as well, and this was the first time I went to like his studio, and that was like where I saw like the homies like Lil Steve and them out in Kenosha. You know, they were recording songs, and like I was just, you know, starting to meet people and steal that drive and like these things I was seeing, you know, because I guess I've always been good at seeing stuff and just being able to be like, oh, so that's what that is. All right, I can replicate that. I don't need like a million times of seeing it or like having you walk me step by step. I can just watch and observe. I'm really good with like just observing, you know, and I would use those ideas and concepts, and I started to build up my own. I met the homies Raw Business. Shout out to Nick and Andy and AD, you know, and they were two white boys out in Kenosha. They was making beats, and they would give me some of these beats and stuff. They would let me get them like for free too, which was crazy. Like this is back when SoundClick was popping, if you remember that. And like I started creating albums, and I remember I think it was Galactic Sounds. I was probably like I'm pretty sure I was a freshman. No, man, this might have been for real. This might have been like when I pressed up like my first kind of stuff and tried to like give it out. This might have been like my junior year. This is like for sure. Wow. Which is wild. This might have been about my junior year, I would say. Early beginnings of that. I remember this was when I finally went to Bradford. Like I had already been making music and like releasing music using MySpace. It's been a lot, man. My story is massive, man. Like you have the homies. We had a group. It was True Statement. This was even before that. Like I pressed up Galactic Sounds Volume 1 because that was for sure at Bradford. So I remember my cousin. Oops, sorry about that. My cousin pushed me to want to burn it. I remember I burned a whole bunch. My dad bought me a whole bunch of CDs and everything. I like burned it and made little inserts and put them in like the little like. I had like a CD book. I like cut all the little plastic things out. Little sleeves, and I just gave them out like that.
Real DIY,
like,
yeah,
DIY. It's been DIY, you know. And man, it's crazy to see how massive, because now like you asking these questions is unlocking a lot of stuff that I don't even really get a chance to talk about, you know.
Right.
So like you had the homie through the internet, you know. I met my homie June, and his cousin Armanio had moved out near my crib. This for sure was like my freshman year. So now that I'm sorry to the people, I had to like get the whole storyline in order because it's so long. You know, I had to figure out where it went where on the fly kind of just now. So, all right, so it'd be about, like I said, this is 06. So 06, 07, right? We're coming into high school for me. And this was like my freshman year. So in my freshman year, I'm meeting, you know, the homie Goonie. He was rapping there too, or Dwayne, and I met last time my homie Lil Steve. He was rapping, and I met him through my cousin Chris. I had like the booth at my mom's house. I remember I met Armanio, and I was inspired, bro, by like all these guys, man. And we had this group with Armanio and June and our homie Black, rest in peace, and my boy Rob Stewart. Like, it was called True Statement. So True Statement was probably relevant back then. So True Statement was for sure. That was when it was like, yo, we putting out music. And that was like our goal. Like we was making songs. Like everybody was making beats. I was making beats. June was making beats. Like Rob was making beats, and we was making this, and we was putting out music, and using SoundCloud, to put out music and try to just make our name for ourselves in MySpace. And that's where a lot of that story like really begun, and I've wanted to put it out. Physicals didn't come till like my junior year for sure, and I had kind of met all these people and built like this road of like knowing cats and learning and recording cats for all around the city, and I was kind of known for that. And I was able to put out like my first physicals, and that was Galactic Sounds Volume 1 for sure. I think I got that right with your question. I just had to like I'm sorry that was long, but I had to kind of like get it all in a row so it wasn't just a bunch of random. And to all the people that I didn't mention, mad love.
Yeah, they know, like they're part of the journey, man. Yo, that's the reason why I ask these questions, man, because I know like where you are right now. I know there's been a path, a journey to reach this point. So it's kind of like, okay, what influenced the artist from the first moment that they were like listening to music, riding around with the people that influenced them, the artists that influenced them, and then that in between is so crucial. It's so important, man. I don't think a lot of people understand like that in between from the time you start listening to music and understand what you're listening to, and then reaching this point right now is super important, man. I think a lot of people need to should hear that part, you know what I'm saying? Because it's super important.
Started, like I said, like freshman year, and I was recording, like I just was known to, even when my sound was trash and it was better than everybody else's, and I kind of like at that time in Kenosha history, I was like bringing like something to the table for at least people in my age group that we didn't have yet. Everybody else recording, it was distorted, messed up, or out of sync, or out of time. They wasn't using, it's just dry, no reverb and delays. And I was already like just so good with computers for my pops. It was like natural, man. I remember I think I had like Sony Acid Pro, or something back then, and like it was just like, yeah, it was on, man. That's for sure.
Yo, man. So I, talking about that and unlocking some memories and stuff like that, I gotta ask,
For sure,
like what's your now I know you mentioned, All Falls Down as one of those beats that's ingrained in you, that's burned into your brain. You got Linkin Park as well, but are those two like that one beat that like kind of just blew your mind as you were like coming up? Or like what is that one beat that's like your greatest of all time? Like,
yo, we talking hip hop, or is this
any genre? Any genre, yeah.
I most definitely have to give that one to Heatwave, Always and Forever. That was something that when I heard that song for the first time, like I said, riding in the passenger of my Uncle Trailblazer, like, and it was the first time I heard it, and I probably heard it a million times. It was the first time I heard it, and it like just registered in my brain, and I was just like, I can't believe like whatever this is making me feel the way I feel. Like I feel like dancing, I feel like crying, I feel like smiling, I feel like loving, I feel like everything. Like that's what for sure like was like, yo, all right, I'm in love with music. You know, that did it always.
Yo, like, oh, so I definitely gotta play that because some people might not know what you talk about. Though, always and forever. So I gotta play that. Yeah, because that intro, you already know what it is, And then I gotta ask you about now. Let's talk about hip hop. Like, what's that one beat? You know what I mean, that you heard from the hip hop genre that kind of like it just fucked you up, It was like, yo, man, this is bananas. I don't know how they created it, but this joint slaps. Like, it's crazy.
If I had to give that for real, it actually might be a little later than All Falls Down there, because
It might be
that was something that really did it for me, like in terms of wanting to make music, be a rapper and an artist. But I think one of the first like joints that really like changed everything for me had to be Down and Out, man. Cameron. That Purple Haze, the album, period. Which is what year is that? That's yeah, exactly. They're trying to say down.
Oh.
Yeah. Down, and out. That's what, 2004? That's before 06. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, my story might have started earlier than that or something. No, I think I got it. I think I got it later because I remember getting it for like Christmas. And we went to Lake Geneva, the Grand Geneva, which is like a resort up here in Wisconsin. If anybody's ever up here to know about it, my mom had a little timeshare there, and I remember like I got this for Christmas, and like it was just like it was crazy. I couldn't my brain overloaded off so many tracks off the album. But Down and Out, I think I probably played it so much there's probably a hole in the CD, man. Yeah, that one, man. Let's see, Nas, man. Streets Disciples. Yeah. That was another one that made me like, and these are like gems to me. These are ones that made me want to be better than I was. It's deeper than just like, oh, like, yeah, it was, inspiration. Like that's one thing, but when you listen to something, it's like, yo, I need to be better. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you hear those are the real ones that, changed your life, I think, because now you know what you're doing. You get what you're doing, and you get that what you're creating, and you get like your kind of concept of what you want to be or who you see for yourself in dreams. But then you hear these things and see these things, and they're like, yo, I have to do better. I have to create. It has to be better. It has to be doper. It has to be iller. Like, yeah, man, Streets Disciples, bro. Literally, like, there's like a string of tracks in that album, man, that I feel like never get talked about. And it's, let's see, it is yeah, man, it starts with Disciple. So it goes Disciple, Seku Story featuring Scarlet, Live Now featuring Scarlet, Rest of My Life, Just a Moment, and then Reasons. Like that whole, I don't know if if you ain't heard this or you've never played this to all the people out there, you missed out majorly. Like, those were some of the beats that like changed everything for me, and like in terms of how I wanted to sample, how I wanted to create, how far I wanted it to be, like the invoking emotions in beats, not just having a sample and some drums and like a FL, like, and it's just emotionless and it doesn't invoke anything. Like, this is what really, like, that string right there. Yeah, man, those to this day still.
Yo, everybody, like, I don't want to say everybody, because the main people that always talk about just one of Nas's albums is always Illmatic. It's always Illmatic. But yo,
It's
Nas,
fire though. Like
it-
it was a banger, but I mean,
yeah, but yo, and the complaint about Nas's albums was always after that was he chooses whack beats, you know what I mean? But now he's with Hit Boy, you know what I mean? He killing it with KD 123, Magic, you know what I mean? All of that stuff. But yo, Streets
he was
Disciples,
already
yo,
crazy. It was a double disc, nigga.
double disc.
What? What are you talking about? What are they talking about right now, bro? Like, I wish, like, I'm glad that you know, there's, like you said, there's like, I'm glad that people had that, because then I feel like this is mine. I feel like I get to keep that. I get to be the one that says, yeah, I was inspired by Streets Disciples. And people like, what's the album is that? Nas?
Yeah.
You get to question somebody like, I thought you was a hip hop head, bro. Nas. Mr. Jones.
Yeah.
You know?
Man.
I mean, like, my man's rap as a female
Mm.
on 2 songs back to back. Cold as
That's-
shit
yeah.
from perspective of a female. I'm like, gee, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, yeah, man.
Yo, for people that don't know, man, that's listening, yo, most of the production on that album was done by Salam Remy, right? Who's just a beast of a music producer. LES, Chucky Thompson, who was with like the Hitmen, the production team, the Hitmen, yo. Yo, that album, man, like I remember when that album came out, man, and I was like, that was constantly on rotation for a year straight, yo. Like I was, man, I do remember that out. Like I'm kind of like, I like Street Disciples too, but I also like the other Nas albums, which was what's the one where You Can Hate Me Now, man? What
I think that's God's son.
God, is that God's? No.
Nah.
Nah.
You Can Hate Me Now? No?
You Can Hate Me Now.
That would have been
What is that? That is It Was Written. I think that was It Was Written, yo. That might have been It Was Written. Yeah.
Nah, it was missing. It Was Written was I Rule the World in the Message. You know, yeah, and Nas is coming in the setup, but
yeah, Nas.
Hate Me Now was, let's see. What's the answer to that question?
Either way, man.
Nostradamus.
Is that
No,
Nostradamus?
I Am.
I Am. There it is.
I
yeah.
Am. Yeah. Because that had, man. That had Ghetto Prisoners, which was crazy.
Ghetto Prisoners.
Undying Love, which was crazy.
Man.
What? Man. I remember bro was like, he was like, I just got to the crib. You understand? This a nigga in and fucking my whiz. I was like, yo! This man, he said I slid to the back. He kicked it front. I'm like, bro, this shit crazy, bro. Like, yo, like, man, the man's storytelling skills is on a whole nother, like,
yeah, you
like
can visually see it.
Man. Sometimes people don't put Nas in like they top 3, and I don't understand what's wrong with him actually, bro.
Yeah, you can
Like,
visually
for real.
see it, right? Yeah, man.
Yes. Like rewind. Like what? My man's rapped the whole story backwards. It was backwards. Forwards. It was backward, forward.
Man.
Not just backwards. Not just, yo, I was outside and then I started walking back. No, it was backwards, forwards. That made no sense. I was like, and then at the end, he went forward. I was like, this is crazy.
Yo, man.
Oh,
Yo, man.
looking
Yo,
at me
Nas.
saying, yo, me kiss. I'm like, no hell. I'm like, what? Yo, this nigga's nuts. Yo. The blunt got bigger and roached. I'm like, this is like, yeah, because I was huge, but I wanted to be a rap. I wanted to rap, you know what I'm saying? I was huge into trying to be a rapper, like coming up. But I was, man, yeah, dog, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yo, okay, so we can talk about Nas all day, bro, but this is about you, my man. Yo,
Hey.
I gotta, yeah, because Nas is a beast. Oh man, I know you got a wealth of knowledge in there, man, in that brain of yours, man. And you've seen a whole bunch of different things. You've read some different things. You know what I mean? I got my listeners and people that's gonna tap into this for, generations and years later, man, that's going to be inspired by you.
Hey,
What,
yo.
and and they're going to be mutants, probably like, I mean, just like you, man. You a mutant, man. So if you had to recommend that they, must like read, must watch this, must listen to this, like what recommendations would you give to those upcoming mutants, man, or current mutants?
Man. So we got read, watch, and listen.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to tell you to read anything, it'd be the motherfucking manual, bro. All right, because that's how you'll understand the ins and outs of whatever you are trying to learn. Period. But also understand. I think. See, this is deeper than that, right? We're gonna go deeper than that. It'll be like, bro, before the manual, really? That was whack. No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. It went over your head. You know, you read the manual, you understand the rules. Now you can break them. You can't break them if you don't know what they are.
Yeah,
And
man,
I
that's a
feel that,
gem.
like, real talk, like, that's read for me, man. Is whatever you trying to learn, whatever you want to do, read the manual, man. Really, dog, because then you'll understand the ins and outs. You'll understand the intricacies, and then you'll be able to find your own intricacies that the manual might not even mention, that they don't even know. It's like, yo, I didn't even realize you could really do that with that. And then you're starting to create your own rules, and you're starting to break theirs, and you doing what you want. Um, I would just say watch. And it's a tough one. Honestly, probably like on some wild shit, man. Probably like State's Property or something, man. I feel like that was a movie that was, I don't know, it was just crazy fire, and it was crazy inspiring and dope to watch. Like movies like that, like movies like State Property, movies like Belly, you know, those movies really like inspire, to not have to do the same as others. It shows mistakes in those kind of films. Even it shows the mistakes that people make. You know what I mean? And like how they end up. If you really watch these movies, they never ended up really like, there was no like great ending. You know what I mean? I think Belly, the only great ending was like Nas got away, but he
Yeah, he
was
went
just
to
because
Africa,
Sincere was different. You know what I'm saying? But like besides that, it was all bad, and it kind of shows you like, yeah, man, you got to move different, be different. You know, I think those are those are special to me, anyway. So and then listen, man, listen to genres you would never listen to. I think that's also something that's like, most definitely for all my upcoming producers, man. My producer mutants out there, like, listen to world music, bro, because it'll change. Like, you'll make an amore eterno. You know what I mean? Like, I was able to create something like that because I was like, all right, what country do I want to listen to today? I said, you know what, Italian, like rare Italian films, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna stick with that, and I just stuck with that, and I just tried to find things that touch that, and just constantly try to this did, and build a list of just music that was just super inspiring and created around it. So yeah, man, world music for sure, man. There's a lot of countries out there, and they all have little towns and places that, like, I never knew, like, what is it? Oh, man. I never knew that. What kind of jazz was it, man? I want to say Etho jazz. I never even knew that was like a thing. Ethiopian jazz, like god level, bro, like jazz, like I'm like, this is like, yeah, like little things like that, man. Like, pick a country, man. Pick a country, pick a genre, and dig. You know what I mean? Polish Polish
Mm.
prog rock. What Polish prog rock? Have you listened to that this month? I know I haven't. That's what I say listen to, man, because you can get caught up like either listening to yourself over and over and over and over and over again. And I don't feel like when you do that, you should do that for a little bit. Some people say they never listen to themselves. I think Currency said that. Bro was like, I never listen to myself. Like, I make music, but I only listen to like other music. I never listen to my own. So, you know, I can kind of gel with that. I kind of can't. You know, obviously, I like listening to myself because I want to big up myself. You know what I mean? Make you feel good. Like, yo, I made this album 12. This shit is banging. I've been slapping it all week. You know, but you got to also remember to stop and then now go back and search. Otherwise, you won't progress. So,
There you go, man.
Those
Yeah,
were good.
hell yeah, they good, man. Yo, because I think I mean, and we Americans, man. So I feel like most of us, on some level, have like just thought, yo, everything is American. You know what I mean? And just stayed in the America bubble. But yo, the world is so much bigger than America, man. Just like you said, like, Ethiopian jazz. You put me on to that right now. As soon as I get done, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go look up Ethiopian jazz.
You're gonna
You know
be
what I
like,
mean?
This is crazy right now.
You got
What's
you.
going on?
We got YouTube. We got the streaming services, man. Like, yo, like, you have everything at your fingertips, man. Just it's bigger than America. It's bigger than where you are, wherever you are around the world, man. Just branch out, and then slowly but surely you'll start, like, your brain to be like, yo, this is so crazy. All right, now I can sample this and use this, and then, like you said, make a more, man. I'm gonna get to the album soon. I'm getting to the album soon because we got to talk about
You
that.
good. You good. You good, man.
But-
I just know that's where that came from, you know? Like, I think I was probably watching like Godfather or something, and I was like, yo, like, I wonder if there's more that I've never heard of. And there was.
The
There was, man.
soundtracks to these movies, man, is, man, on a
Yeah.
definitely crazy, man. But yo, when you said prog rock, man, as soon as I hear prog rock, I think Madlib too, man. Like, because he's big on Brazilian, the Brazilian scene as well, man. So,
jazz, Latin jazz, crazy, bro.
man, yo, so okay, I gotta ask you about how you go ahead.
You just got me thinking fried neck bones and some whole fries. That shit crazy. That's like one of my favorite Latin joints. That shit's wild.
What is it?
Man. It's called fried neck bones and home fries.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
insane, dog. It's just so like, I'm just like, I remember I heard it for the first time. I was like, I can't believe what I'm listening to right now. This is wild right now. Dun, 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 dun.
I gotta look that up as soon as we get done too, bro.
I'm just trying to drop love, man.
So I gotta look at, like, when people tap into you, man, they'll look at your IG page, man. They'll see you, performing with the SP404 Mark II and stuff like that. But what tools do you use to create your music and your sounds, yo?
I just bought my mic. Sorry. Tools. So we'll start in the computer, bro. The Arturia bundle for sure. They just give you all the Vincent Sense and keys. Like, for a while, like I said, I was making beats to try and sell beats. You know what I mean? B4Lasers is deep, it goes back, like. So I already had like Nexus and Omnisphere. I've been had those, like a lot of cats are just now like been had those, been on those. Those have been around. It's been there. So like, I used a lot of that stuff to try and make like trap a lot of the time. Because I was just trying, like I said, I made sample beats, but the world was changing. Wayne came out, things changed. So it was like, I was trying to conform. Obviously, I found that didn't work. You got to be so. But like, yeah, Ableton, man, the Arturia bundle, and I would say that, and Quarter Mist. which is a Max for Live plugin. That's a gem. That's a gem, man. Man, y'all lucky. They're gonna find out when this gonna change everybody's life. They're gonna be like, damn, bro, hold on, wait a minute. So out of the box, hella vinyl. My cousin Can Do, brother Can Do, man. When I was younger, he gave me, man, probably 300 vinyl, maybe. Like, yeah, it was like, he was like, yeah, give me $30 and like an eighth for some loud. I got you, little nephew. Come through. Came through, bro. Had them shits in totes, ready to go. Filled up my whole trunk. He's like, you can't have my totes. I need these for the other 400 vinyl I'm getting today, but I put them in your trunk. So I just had a trunk of wax, and like, I just like that, and man, to start, you know, at least, you know, what was a huge inspiration was I had MPC 2000, and I had EMU ESI 2000, I think that was like rock on sample. I don't have them no more, but most definitely started with that. And then now, mainly my SP404 Mark II and the Koala sampler for sure.
Koala
all the
Gang.
way.
Okay.
Yeah, Koala Gang. Like, yeah, man. Amore Eternal. Yeah. All Koala. Let's go.
Say, are you serious, man?
I just got the SP.
Yo.
The last 35 joints, 40 joints y'all have gotten me, 45 or something, have all been off Koala. Everything.
Wow.
I just don't say nothing.
Wow.
Everything, you know. Carpe Diem, Fool's
Yo.
Paradise. You know,
Yo,
What
man.
Eternal, plus the ones that y'all ain't even got yet.
And
We're like, yeah.
we waiting for them ones that we ain't even got yet, yo.
Yeah, you saw the look in my eyes, like, what? You saw, I know you was like, oh shit, this is
Yo, man.
yeah,
yo.
man. Like, for sure. So that's been my I just got rid of my MPC Live. So shout out to the homie that picked that up. I don't know dude's name, honestly. I saw it on Reverb, but you know, he's gonna make some bangers with it because it was a gem. It was nice to have and it was dope, but I just found myself using it for bass lines. I'm like, bro, I could just use keyboard Arturia for that. I don't really, you know, I don't really need a MS-20 or something, you know. So I decided to part with it. So SP404, Koala sampler. Those are my weapons of choice if we go into war.
Wow. Yo, which one of those out of everything you talked about, which one is like the brains of the operation?
Brains of the I would say I would probably say Koala sampler right now. I feel like I make beats on that. I would record them back live. Obviously, depending on what I was doing, you know, for a while. So I was just before I had the SP44, because we all know how long it took to get them shits. I was just recording beats live, like using resample. Like a lot of people use the record song mode. I was like, I never really used that. I always resampled it into another pad and then just use the Koala like an SP and just play my beats back using that. And then that way I was able to do crazy drops and cuts that you normally can't do with Koala off the song mode. Because if you hit play start or something like that, the whole thing stops. You know what I'm saying? And then it stops recording. Where like if you use a resample, you can do some shit that you normally wouldn't be able to do. You have a little bit more flexibility and creativity. So that's how I was normally doing it. Then obviously I got the SP404 for a lot of Amore Eternal. You know, I recorded that through it, and then from that with the tape sim into Ableton. And then I would say Ableton is like not the brains of the operation, because I mean I could do it in Pro Tools, I could do it in whatever I chose, but you know Ableton is kind of like the tailor, you know, tailor you up nice, get the right size of the length of the arms, make sure the snare is not hitting too hard, you know, things like that. So
Nice.
I would give it to Koala. Koala's the brain.
And for audio, Yo, $4. That's $4, yo. $4.
Right.
I think it might be more than that right now if they smart. Yo,
I think
but
it's like 5 or 7, something like that. It's not bad though.
seven.
I'm gonna tell you, for 15 or under, you're gonna have the whole koala, and I'm talking about that and the pieces of the ninja mode.
Yeah, samurai mode. Yeah, man.
Samurai mode. Yeah, man. You gotta
Yo.
get that.
Shout out to
That
Elf
in your
Audio,
koala,
man.
Elf.
Yo, man. So okay. So first of all, man, like this is what I'm super excited to get to too, man. But yo, you got like an array of music, man. You got on your SoundCloud, but then also on the DSPs and stuff like that, and then also on your Bandcamp as well, man. So if supporters, man, if y'all want to support, man, streaming is cool. Support over there at Bandcamp or his website, right? B4Lasers.club. Check it out, man. Show love.
Yeah, the club, man. You noticed.
Yeah, man. So I gotta, I'm listening to music all the time, man, especially beats. Like I listen to beats all the time when I'm at work, when I'm driving, all that type of stuff. But I wanted to talk a little bit about this Amore Eternal, right? And yo, man, this thing is like an amazing, like I had to hit you up like, yo, I know it say sold out, but yo, I mean, you got one in the tuck somewhere, like
I got one in the tuck.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this album is amazing, bro. Like, yo, you did an amazing job. Like, I saw you on IG, and you was like, yo, like, it's sold out, because I think it came out in October, right?
Yeah, it came out October 21st.
Yeah, October 21st. This album, like, I'm just, just tapping in November. But yo, man, this album is amazing, man. So I got to talk to you about, we talked a little bit about, you listening to different genres from around the world and stuff like that. But tell me how this album came together, man. Like where to start from, and then how you finished it, man.
Where did it start from? Well, I want to say it started with Encore and Encore, which was one of my favorite joints off the project. Like, surprising enough, the whole album was made like kind of in almost chronological order, for real. But yeah, it started with Encore and Encore. That was the first beat that I got down that I fell in love with. But the first sample that I found that really made me want to like create something was Momento de Paz or de Pace, which is the moment of peace, basically. Which is the interlude track 8, I believe. That was really the first one that was like, yo, I gotta make something out of this shit. I gotta make a whole project out of this, man. So yeah, that's what started it. Was Koya and Moment of Peace, and then the last joint was for sure, man. Casa de la Nana, or grandmother's house. That was the last one that I found. And yeah. That's how that.
Yo, man, like I have the whole 11-track album is amazing to me, but like there's standouts to me that they alter every day, every time I listen to it, man. Like Solitario, I think that's what it's called. Yo,
Yes,
man.
Sir.
Hey, if you go on Bandcamp, man, and you support this album, even digitally, you get the video too for Solitario, man. Like, yo, that joint is crazy, man. Like, talk about Solitario, and then also about the video as well, man.
So Solitario, that was the single. I was wanting to pull it up, so I'm on the right page, man. So Solitario. One second, I want to make sure I'm on the right. Yeah. So I was for Solitario. I was really looking for looking for something that had some horn kind of elements. I remember sample wise. I wish I remembered all the chops off the tape because some of these tracks have multiple like songs chopped in them. So like I remember I was hunting. I was laid up. Most definitely was laid up in bed, just kind of chilling. I was on Koala on the iPad, and I'm scrolling through Bandcamp, which a lot of people snooze on for chops, actually, man, for sampling and shit. So, like, you can, Bandcamp will give you like
It's a gem. That's a gem. Message.
I don't even know if I should have given that one away. But Bandcamp will give you reissues, and I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, that sample was like a reissue of a record. It was like an old, like I said, I was trying to focus on Italian, it's Italian samples, Italian jazz, Italian world, and things in the Mediterranean. So, yeah, that's most definitely where I got that chop from the sample, and we're gonna make the devil out of liar tonight. Funny enough, right? So on the side story for Solitario, so that gospel clearly is a gospel sample or a church sample, right? Before Amore Eternal dropped, I actually went on like a 13 or 14 week run. Every week I dropped a gem again and again and again and again and again and again and again for like 13 or 14 weeks. There was an EP in that drop, and it was called
God's Gift.
What did I call it? God's Gift. Yeah, the God's Gift EP. So the God's Gift EP, I was hunting for samples off that, and Take Care of You. If you remember them, Take Care of You. There's some chops in there too. So while I was sampling for this project, I don't even believe I was 100% done with Amore Eternal yet. It was like I was kind of working on multiple things at once. You got to be agile, light on your feet out here. If you sometimes sticking to one thing, that's how you end up with beat block, and then you don't know what you're gonna do next. You got take breaks and be agile. So I found that it was like a sample that I had, because with Koala you just screen record until like your iPad is full, and then you just delete a bunch of stuff. So before I cleared house, I kind of tried to go through shit that I had laying around, and I found that we gonna make the devil out of liar tonight. And I was like, ooh,
that got you.
Fire.
That was a goosebumpy moment. As soon as it come on, man, yo.
So and then I took, so I didn't really I don't believe I actually played those like at the same time, like through Koala. That was where I said Ableton is like the Taylor, you know what I'm saying? I took that sample and then just bounced it and then just airdropped it to my Mac, and then I just loaded in Ableton, put a little delay and a little reverb on it, and then put the beat that came with for Solitario, put that right in there with it in pocket, and that's how you got it. No quantization on the drums, and it makes a beautiful cake.
Man, like, I know you were excited about this, when you put this out, all the love that you got for this album, man, and then selling out the vinyls and the
I gotta
the
shout out
cassettes.
Duck World for that, man. That's the biggest thing, and I think is that everybody's listening. I think I remember your question earlier was people that I was affiliated with. So I most definitely forgot, because this is new to the interview thing, and I don't do a million of these a week. But the Duck World family, man. Shout out to Duck Girl, Clopsy, Ricky, 100%. Man.
Ricky, I got his cassette
Ricky
too.
the GOAT, man. And these are like some of the cats that just like, they helped me make this like a reality. Like being a part of that group, like, is the whole reason, man. Like, I feel like I was able to achieve like Sold Out. There's so much support, and so much love from everybody. It was crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
Yo, shout out to Duck World, man, because Duck World, you got different chapters. They got the LA chapter, they got the Chicago chapter.
Yep.
Like,
And I had that up with a group of raw motherfuckers in there, man. Chicago got heat, man.
yo,
We got dangerous producers, man. It's crazy. Backpack. Shout out to the homie Backpack. S Rock. Damo. Do the most. You know, like it's man.
yeah, shout them out, man. Like, cause yo, mad people can listen to this and they be like, yo, who'd he say? Let me rewind this real quick.
Yeah, when it comes to like boom bap and like like lo-fi, I mean, you want to say it's lo-fi, but you know, saying that will put you in a weird place because if you make what we make, you know, lo-fi curators don't really want to love you too much because it's not their definition per se of what lo-fi is supposed to be. I guess I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, like Motion, she's amazing. My boy Fest Grandos, shout out to the big homie. Like created Open Beats where that platform, and I was able to even like meet all of these cats, man. Like I said, like Backpack Beats and Damo Do the Most, S Rock. It's more than that, man. I know for sure. You know, I'm missing out Stepchild. You know, man, dude, I know it's wild because I know there's more than that. And I'm just like stuck on names. Billy the Kid. like I'll just because it's so, bro. It's deep, man. If you ever get to come to the city, the last Friday every month we do Open Beats at Dorian's. Right, at least Dorian's is of right now, or the throughout record shop or through record shop. So to see the call, I think it's called through record shop, but Dorian's is the main name of the place. And it's like a lounge with a bar. And when I say it's packed out, I mean like it's packed. Like you can't fit more people in there at all. And it's like a straight vibe, and it's nothing but like modular synth, boom bap, lo-fi. You know, there's feature artists. You know, and every month, and it's crazy. It's crazy. The sets are insane. Insane, man. Insane. People just go up there and go absolute ape shit, man. Like, last time I saw Motion, I swear she was elevating on stage, bro, like this. It's fucking going Super Saiyan on that shit. Backpack was at the last one going crazy up there. Just, you know, and all that stuff's been a motivation, man. Like I don't want to get sidetracked. We're talking about more of the time right now and everybody, but yeah, man, that shit's crazy.
Yo, man.
Shout out to the family.
Yeah, shout out to all of them, man. Because as soon as we get done, you know, as I'm listening to it back, as I'm editing, like I always like, yo, who'd he say? Let me look him up. Follow. Follow. Like that's how I tap into everybody that way, man. So thank you for shouting them out, man. Because you know, I'm pretty sure like people can find them on social media and stuff like that, but just people acknowledging that, yo, these people are making crazy good music, yo, that means more than like the money sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like just the acknowledgement that they cooking up crazy beats and people appreciate that effort, you know what I mean? So
yeah, man, these guys I love it. I love having that family vibe and that inspiration and that family like competition. Like all y'all raw, but ain't none of y'all smoking me. Period. You know, like that. You know what I'm saying?
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
I love that. You know, that's my favorite part of all of it. Is I love to sit back. Sometimes like right now, like I said, I just put out more in the tunnel, so I'm not like diving to just drop more and more and more. I kind of want to ride it. I want to push. I want to keep talking about it. I want to keep performing it. I want to keep doing shows and showing it out, doing sets and showing it out, and just and building that following behind it and that love behind it. And it's just like, man, like I love to sit back and watch other people shine, like the family shine, bro, too. Like, because everybody is so amazing, man. And like in Duck World and even people that aren't in it, like that are just, you know, like my boy Cozy Cole. He did join. Cozy Cole in here too. He's amazing. I just mastered it. No, wait, hold on. I ain't even going. But Yeah, that's coming soon. And other cats like Craig J, like man, like these guys are amazing, like creators, and I get to just sit back and watch them make shit, release shit, and I get to promote your love to it, you know, and get other people hip to it, and, you know. But then y'all ain't smoking me though, nah, man, nah.
Yo, that's amazing. Yo, congrats on the countless Spotify playlists that your music is on as well. And then you are also featured on the Bandcamp
Yeah,
website as well, man. Talk about the feeling for that, man. Like how you
man,
felt when learning that.
man, new and noteworthy. That shit was crazy. Like
Mhm.
when I submitted, um, I probably submitted like 2 months in advance, some crazy amount of time. But like, I was like, I submitted. You know, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna really hear back. I've been on Bandcamp for years, bruh. You know, I've been putting raps, I've been putting beats, I've been doing this shit. You know, like I'm not gonna hear back from these motherfuckers. It's the front page of Bandcamp. Like, stop playing with me, man. And then when I got the reply email, man, I was like, I ran around the house and I was like, let's fucking go. Ah, like, you know, like when I went to work the next day, I was on that same energy. Like, I was just like, this is wild, man. That they're like, I think this album is dope. You know, and they also motivated me in that same post, in that same message, that, you know, not only they said the album was amazing, but they also said, like, you know, we want to see what else. We believe this could be a new and noteworthy, but we also want to see, you know, what else you continue to create and come with before we, you know, dive into Bandcamp Daily. We want to see what more you can do. It was like almost like a check, like, yo, we see you. We see you. What else you got though? Is this a fluke? This better not be no fluke, dog. We're gonna put you in the new and noteworthy. If you don't drop nothing else, we're gonna have a problem, bro.
Right.
That's how I took that. Like, really, you know, and I'm like, all right, you know, for sure. I love that, you know, I got that chance, man, for that. That shit was crazy. That was crazy.
Yo,
The
man.
numbers that came from that were insane. I had never seen that amount of streams in like that amount of time ever on Bandcamp. Like the shit just went in a straight line upward. It's crazy. Wow. And the residuals from it have actually been insane too, man. I constantly still get plays and streams and love off Bandcamp just from being under the new and noteworthy banner. And I'm grateful for them for that.
Amazing, man. Yo, you deserve it, man. Like, new and noteworthy, man. All the Spotify playlists. Like, I don't remember how many it was, but yo, it's
bro,
a grip.
A grip.
It's a grip.
And that's why, you know, they say, like, just because you make beats, bro, and just because you can, you know, this is my wife talking right now. I can hear it in my head. I hear her voice right now, just like in my head. Like, just because you can just put it out, nigga, you not Beyonce, and nobody cares. So you actually have to try to make people care. You have to promote. You have to create content. You have to be consistent. You have to be lovable. You know, you have to be all these things. And not only that, you have to network. You have to send your music out to people. How are they going to put it on a playlist if they don't know you ever put out an album?
Right.
You know, that's it. You, your mom, and your grandmother know you put out an album. The world does not know you put out a project. You're not going to be on the Rec podcast just putting out a project.
Right.
The world needs to know you put this out, man. You need to network, talk, be sociable, be likable, and, you know, be yourself. So that's the biggest thing that I did to be able to achieve that, man, was actually network, actually push, actually use platforms, talk with people, push the curators, you know, make it happen for yourself.
Right.
Because you'll feel better about yourself if you don't go and just pay $1 million fucking to be on playlists. Like, you can actually just go and like really like network and push and try, talk with people and submit, man. There's free platforms, there's free outlets for it. I just want to see everybody win. That's why I'm drilling this part like that. Because you can win. You just have to try really though, bro. And ma'am,
Yeah,
Mrs.
ladies and gentlemen, these is gems, man. These are gems that I hope y'all scooping up for
Yeah,
real.
man, if you're too cool to listen to ASAP Rocky, I'll tell you, when the fuck did it become lame to try? It's not. It is not. Try, man. Give it a
Man.
shot. See where you go.
Yo, man, I gotta ask you about the impact, right? We gotta talk about the impact that Unique Studios One has had on you and your journey in music, man. Could we talk? I would be remiss if we didn't mention like the impact that she's had, man.
Unique. Monique. That's her wife. That's her wife. That's her name. My wife's name is Unique Monique, and she's changed my life completely for the better, bro. When I met Monique, man, I didn't know. I was recording people in my mom's basement for like $5 an hour, doing nothing with my life, smoking all day long, thinking, riding around, going to the bar, club, thinking this was the shit. I'm the shit because I got a new pair of Nikes. Nah. You ain't doing nothing with your life. What do you want to do with your existence? How are you going to make your existence matter? What's the mark you're going to leave on the world? And how are you going to make this a business? Because this isn't just unless you want it to be a hobby, little nigga, is what she said. I'm like, nah, I want to like, she was like, well, you need to do better, and she's always lit that fire under me to do better, to be better, to reach for the next galaxy. Fuck the stars, fuck the sun, fuck the moon, fuck the planets that's here, Pluto and all them stars and all them motherfuckers, fuck all them. Go to the next galaxy, bro, because that one's already yours. You own that one. Just grab it. And she still's like that, and she still elevates me that way after 9 years now. We got married in 2015, met each other in 2014. So what is that, 6, 7, 8? Yeah, 8 going on 9. Like I wouldn't be here without her. That's for sure. That's for sure, man. I appreciate my wife too, man. Thanks for giving me a chance to shout her out. Real talk.
Hell yeah, man. Yo, we gotta show love to, the people that support, man, and put a battery in our back and sometimes even a foot in our ass. You know what I'm saying? Like
when no one believed in me, bro. Like when no one felt like when even I didn't feel like I could be B4 Lasers. That's it. Just B4 Lasers, right? Just him. I don't need a group. My whole life, my whole career has always been like, I got to be a part of some coalition. I got to be a part of some group. I have to be a part of some group of people, some thing of people, like, and that's how I've lived my whole career up until when I met my wife and I realized I can just be me. I can just do me. It took a while to get to where I am right now after meeting her, because I realized that, because at the time I was rapping and making beats, and I was like heavy into it, and I started to realize that, like, I don't even really want to do that, and then it was like, all right, I was selling beats, and I was just like, I don't even really want to do that. Right. Like, what do I want to do? Then there was a point where for a moment, I didn't do anything. Like, and I was just like, I was kind of making beats maybe or something, but like, I didn't really do anything. Then I came across Sound Better, and she was like, you're amazing at making people sound good. You should do it. This was like 2016 maybe. and like I started to sound better, which is where you have my other half of me, B4 Mixtape, and started that, and now we're over 300 5-star reviews in. You know, clients all over the world. You know, worked in like 68 different cities across the world, and like that is the power of love, man, and someone being behind you and believing you and just cheering you on. You know,
Yeah, man. Shout out to the unique Monique.
shout out to Unique Monique. Love you, baby.
Yo, man. Like, thank you, Unique, man. Thank you for supporting B4Lasers, man. I ain't gonna say your government. Yo, thank you for supporting B4Lasers, man. And you know what I mean? Like, yo, I can tell just by the way he talk about you, like your impact and you mean the world to him. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just say that. And because he already expressed it, you know, I could tell that his heart is full just talking about you, man. So thank you, Unique. All right. But last 3 questions, man, before we round this out, because I thank you for your time. I know you got things to do.
Sure.
But if given some thought, man, like can you name your like top 5, as you were growing up, right? And now you're an adult. So who were your top 5 like beat makers, music producers when you were a kid, teenager? And then who are your top 5 beat makers, music producers as an adult? Ooh, that's a tough. That's a tough one.
All right.
Man.
Top 5. Jazzy Faye.
Jazzy
Fresh.
Faye.
We're not going, I'm from the Midwest. We like to bounce. People would be like, yeah, we like to bounce, man. Like, so Jazzy Faye, yeah. Manny Fresh, for sure. I mean, cause these molded me, bro. Like real talk. Like Timbaland, right? Traxter, which I believe is someone that doesn't get talked about enough. That's Twisted producer. A lot of do or die. Do you? Yeah. Do you wanna ride the backseat of a and DJ Premier. I feel like Premier really gave me music that like just changed my life when it comes to Nas and some of the shit with Jay-Z. Like I think Believe Dead Presidents was it not? It was, so like those I would give those 5 for sure, man. Jazzy Faye, Manny Fresh, Timbaland, Traxter, DJ Premier. I think that's a crazy lineup too.
That is a crazy lineup, man.
Crazy
So
lineup.
diverse too, man.
We didn't even hit the West Coast, But I most definitely got to give it, because I was a huge Wayne head too, man, coming up. Like, I bring it back to the bottom of the map. Ooh, like that. What? Man. So, now though, right now, Ricky. Bro's honestly, I'm not even trying to like. Bro's a huge inspiration. Can I pick a label?
Yeah, you can pick a label. Yeah,
Total.
yeah.
All right. Jazz is Dead. I believe it is a label, or it's some sort of collective.
Yes,
Like
collective.
everything I see from them is like some of the biggest, like, I don't know, like it's just mad motivating, which is why I ended up working on the jazz album myself. like I'm gonna have in the cut. Let's see. Another producer that molded, that's still molding, even though it's older. But for me, I still listen to it every day, man. He goes by the name of Long Arm. He's I believe he's a Russian producer, man. Long Arm is his album, The Branches, man. Damn, crazy, man. Mind Design,
Nice.
number 4. Number 5, Knowledge. Not even gonna waste time with it, man. I don't want to think too much. Yeah, things are a little wild now, man. I don't. I'm very picky, man, and I listen to a lot of like, out of the box. You know what I'm saying? I can't really, say like, yo, you asked me the 5 that are really like resonating with me and gelling with me. This is kind of where my brain's at. You see, it's colorful, man. So.
Yeah, man. Yo, that is yo, man. Like first I gotta go, but now you're gonna make me have to go back and listen to this production from these producers from the childhood ones and the I'll be bumping old Ricky's beat tape already, yo. So yeah, I mean, so I already yeah.
33.
Yeah, man, 33 till. Yo, I got that. I got a signed one too, man. So yo.
All right, it's right up there.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, man.
Right up there, man.
Yo, man. Yeah, he did an amazing job on that album too, man. Shout out old Ricky, yo.
Amazing, man.
Yo.
Job. Low key, my one. I'm gonna give one honorary mention has to go to L Rain. She is also another producer and amazingly talented avant-garde like artist that just like when I heard it, I have the album somewhere. Mind Design is right there. She's over there. Obviously y'all ain't on Zoom with us, but L Rain's album Fatigue. That shit changed my entire world this last year. I was like, I just couldn't believe what I was listening to. And it was just, if you ever get a chance to listen to L Rain's Fatigue, it's so fire. It's all right.
Is it just L and then Rain or
L apostrophe Rain? Yeah.
Brooklyn, New York. Okay.
Yes, sir. She's a teacher, I believe, or she was she was like a music teacher or some shit, and then she put out music, and it was just like, man, la 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 la. It's crazy. And she black, like it's wild. Like I love it. That's what I love. I love like black people just making like not the same thing. Like she's making avant-garde, which is as far left as you can go, man. You can't go any farther left unless you go make noise music or something, man. So it's like she created something like absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it was a huge motivation for sure. Huge motivation, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna link everything that you talk about in the description so people can check out everything that you recommend, everything that you're talking about right now, like so they can check it out and go down the rabbit hole and just see what you're talking about.
The 3 albums, my Bandcamp, the 3 albums. I just had to look because I'm like, man, this sounds familiar. Bandcamp asks you the 3 albums that changed your life. L Rain, Fatigue, Rare Pleasure, Mind Design, 33 Till, oh Ricky. This is real. I'm not, this isn't for the publicity. I fuck with this, man.
Yo, shout out to all of them, man. Mind Design's a Jersey cat too. So yeah.
That's where he's from.
Yeah, he's from Jersey but he moved to LA just to, pursue music and stuff like that, man. Hopefully
dance.
Yeah,
It
man.
really takes time to get to know each other. That shit is wild. That man is an animal, man. That shit is crazy, dog.
Yo, man.
Nah,
Oh,
man.
yo, if I ever get the chance to do an interview with him, man, I would love to have him on, man. Just pick his brain, man, about his music, because even in Tokyo where I was, yo, man, people are like going crazy over my design, yo. So
He's that cold, man. He's that
man, worldwide, man. I think he's over there right now doing a tour as well, man. So man, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I got the cassette of that too. Yeah, man. yo, man. The art, man, like yo, everything about that album is amazing.
Yeah, man. That's why I was inspired, like, to do a Moria Time on vinyl. You know, I was inspired to do that, dog, by these, man. El Reigns, I have her limited clear emerald release. You know what I'm saying? The vinyl is like a clear emerald, like it's crazy. You know? So, but yeah.
Yo, man. So okay, as we about to round this out, man. I gotta ask this. What's the one thing you wish you knew before you started making music?
This shit expensive, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I don't care who you are. You can talk all the shit you want to talk. This shit costs a penny. It don't even matter if you want to do DIY and be down to the nitty gritty with it and try and create every piece of art people are getting from you and touching. It costs money. So, you know, you need to build yourself a business. You need to get yourself a nice credit line for your business and save money for motherfucking taxes, because them shits is real. And you know, that's what I really wish I knew years ago. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to Unique, you know, I've been growing and becoming stronger with that. But yeah, that's what I wish I know. Build a business, have money away for taxes. You know, understand, you know, how much you owe a year. Build your percentages, and so that you're good to go. And then, you know, write-offs. What's a write-off? How much I bought throughout my life that was a tax write-off and I didn't even fucking know, and I just let the year go by. Like, yeah, learning those. Business management. There you go. Yeah. I wish I knew more about business management, because it doesn't matter how good of an artist you are. Look at R. Kelly, like, outside of the sexual shit, his business, it was terrible. Man can't read. Terrible deal, terrible, bro. He just was broke. He's broke, you know. And how many other artists are the same way? You know, how many artists were phenomenal and got buried because their business practices weren't right, and got shelved because they were too in the red, couldn't make the label any money. So you ain't hear about them motherfuckers until they had some lucky re-release on Bandcamp 2-3 years ago, because now that's a resurgence, you know. Yeah, business, man. Business.
There you go. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, you talking, yo, that's why I asked that question, man, because everybody's going to have a different response. And I think you might not be the first one to say it, but you went more in detail as being specific about taxes, right? Saving for taxes, knowing, you know, having good business practices, stuff like that. And that is expensive as well, man. It's not cheap. So you definitely are going to put your hard-earned money, the money that you earn from your, you know, whether you have a 9-to-5 or something like that, but you're going to put your money into it. But it'll come back. It's just, you got to pay your dues, man. That's what it's about, man.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah, man. So, okay, last question. What should the internets be on the lookout for from B4 Lasers the rest of 2022 You know, I know you staying on a more eternal, and into 2023, and then, you know, how can the people get in contact with you and just plug your socials and stuff like that?
So, well, doing all the plugs out the gate, man. I'm at B4Lasers. That's B, the number 4, LASERS. Um, Also, if you're looking for mixing and mastering, it's at B4, B, the number 4, mixed, MIXEDIT, B4 mixed it. You can find me at either one of those. Even if you just Google B4 Lasers, all that stuff's gonna come up regardless. And yeah, you can always follow if you're a producer. Most definitely anywhere in the world, but if you are in the Midwest or if you're out west and you're looking for a nice home community to be a part of, Duck World is always welcoming you. We love you. So yeah, in terms of shouting out socials and whatnot, so you can always find those. So for music, for me, for the rest of the year, really right now, I'm chilling with Amoria Eternal. I've kind of been sitting back a little bit because I've been creating. Going into 2023 though, January you are gonna see a release from me with Lifted Lo-Fi. They're a label based out of Chicago. I'll be releasing a single, "Love Me While I'm Here," with them, and we most definitely will be following that up with an album of the same name, "Love Me While I'm Here." And there's also Ricky's amazing collaboration tape that's gonna be probably a nuclear bomb when it drops. But I believe that's happening in January. January is the first January is January, so don't fully quote. I don't. Hopefully, things don't change. Things change all the time. But from the latest information that I know, that should be happening like mid-January or so. So y'all be on the lookout. There's gonna be dope information. I believe that shit's like 35 tracks. Crazy compilation album. And yeah, man. Besides that single and that album, man, I do plan to have a bunch of more singles too for you guys next year. I already have it kind of laid out. There's an album and about 8 singles, honestly, if we're keeping it all the way funky today. So that's already kind of laid out. And then we also laid out for 2024 too. As you didn't ask, we are like I said, there's a jazz album. I mentioned it a little gem of it earlier. There's a jazz album out right now, Through My Ebony Eyes. That is right now we're 11 tracks in. I'm pretty happy with the whole layout. But the cool thing about this jazz album, man, is that everything is live. There will be I'm not sampling anything. I'm chopping up some drum breaks if you want to be critical or technical, but besides that, all the keys are played by me, bass is played by me and with a homegirl out in Italy, and we have Sabrina Tabby and her sister, the Tabby sisters, and the group Atlas on strings. We have my boy, I don't even want to false. We got the homie Hugo Lee on saxophone, my boy Bess Taversky on trumpet, flugelhorn, and harmon. Yeah, like I said, Sabrina Tabby, Atlas, and Andrew Vogt of Vogt. I believe it's Vogt, VOGT. I'm doing some of the arrangement and compositions of strings. Genevieve Tabby doing cello, Laura Corazina doing bass. We got Stolen Drums and Tom Moose on drums, and the homie Mari Emanuel on piano. So yeah, that album's gonna be insane.
Wow.
For sure.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a crazy one right there. And you're hearing it first right here on the rack. You heard?
Yo, hey, listen, man. Listen, everybody that's tapped in, man, hearing my voice, yo. yo, stay plugged in with B4Lasers, man. Like, yo, this guy is getting ready to, go into the stratosphere, man. Like, yo, man, I'm super honored to have you on the show, my guy. Like, yo, like, Amor Eternal. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Yo, you doing some amazing things, man. Y'all make sure y'all support on Bandcamp, and then continue streaming as well. Add it to whatever playlist y'all have. But yo, buy the full discography, man. Like, yo, you won't be disappointed. you won't
Grab
be
that.
disappointed, man. Like,
You're even getting a 10% discount if you buy it on Bandcamp right now.
right
$35.09.
right now, man. Go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and support, man. Yo, we got
16 releases, by the way.
man.
You know, that's 3 albums and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 singles.
Man, yo,
You know, pick that up, man.
yeah, go ahead, pick that up, support, man. Yo, Beatmaker, SP44, Lord, Koala Gang, Cloud Surfer, Hubby, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, B4Lasers, yo,
your boy.
man, it was an honor, man. Like, yo, do you have any final thoughts for, anybody around the world, man?
Man, be yourself. Be yourself, bro. I think this is the happiest I've been in my whole life because I just decided to be me. I just decided to be me unapologetically. You don't have to be anybody else, bro. You don't have to look for approval in anybody else. You good. Just be yourself and enjoy it and love it and cherish that because no one can ever take that away from you.
There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. B4Lasers, man. It was an honor to have you on the show, man. We definitely here at the Rec Show podcast, man. We gonna definitely stay tapped in and support. Now, I mean, it's good, you know what I mean, if people stay tapped in, but you can't just be like peekaboo and like you see them doing some things and then don't support. You know what I mean? Like, yo, that support goes further than you think, man. So if you like something, like, don't just be putting a heart and then keep it scrolling. Like, give them some words, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, some emojis, like all that stuff, man. It means more than you know. So B4Lasers, I'm honored to have you on the show. Thank you for your time. Unique, is it Unique? Yeah.
Unique Monique, yeah.
Yeah, Unique Monique. Yeah, yo. Thank you for supporting B4Lasers, man. Y'all are the crazy. That duo is working. You know what I mean? It's working, man. Look, he dancing right now. It's working, man. So, yo, thank you for your time, and I appreciate you, my guy.